Alfred Lord Tennyson's poem Ulysses is a dramatic monologue that contains 70 lines of blank verse. Students, let us see each and every line of this poem in detail. Now take your textbook and your pencil. Note down all the important points as I tell the summary of this poem. It little profits that an idle king by this still hearth among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole unequal loss unto a savage race. In the second line, hearth refers to fireplace, where people will sit around the fireplace to make themselves warm in winter season. And the barren crags refers to empty island, the island of Ithaca. And meet and dole in the third line means to allot, dole means to measure. Meet means to allot and dole means to measure. And then savage in the last line, which means uncivilized. So Ulysses says he is frustrated with his life as a king. It little profits, which means there is no profit, no fame in being an idle king doing nothing. It is unsatisfying to stay in one place. He feels trapped at home in this barren crags, which means island of Ithaca. He feels trapped in the island of Ithaca. He is old and his wife is also old, matched with an aged wife, old wife. Next line, I meet and dole unequal loss unto savage race. That savage race refers to uncivilized people. So meet and dole to allot and measure. So what is him allotting and measuring? Allotting and measuring the laws among the people. So Ulysses is trying to say enforcing laws and governing people are considered useless for Ulysses. So from the very first stanza we can understand that he is not satisfied as a king ruling the country. And the next line goes like this, that hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. Ulysses considers the people of Ithaca as uncultured and uncivilized, always eating and sleeping. They do not know anything about the life of Ulysses. They cannot understand how precious is Ulysses' adventurous life. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. Ulysses' longing for adventure is very well seen in this line. I cannot rest from travel. And he wants to travel beyond until his death. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. On shore, when through scudding drifts the rainy heights vexed the dim sea. Scudding drifts means showers of rain at sea during a storm. Heights means a group of stars. He says in every moment of his traveling he found joy, even at the times when he was suffering. He found joy both when he was with his crew members and when he was alone, both when he was on land and when he was sailing the sea through the rainstorms, seeing the highest stars. I am become a name for always roaming with a hungry heart. So Ulysses has become famous because he traveled to so many places. Much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments, myself not least, but honored of them all, and drunk delight of battle with my peers, far on the ringing plains of windy Troy. I am a part of all that I have met, yet all experience is an ark where thou gleams that untraveled world whose margin fade forever and forever when I move. In these lines, Ulysses is trying to convey us that he has traveled far and wide, gaining experience of various places, culture, men, and matters. And only in the next three lines, he talks about the battle of Troy. He recalls with delight his experience at the Battle of Troy. Ulysses was honored by everybody he met. His experience is compared to an arc which is never ending, whose margin fades forever and forever. That means all these experiences have not satisfied his desire for travel. No matter how much of the travel he sees, there is always still more to see. Even as an old man, his greatest desire is to explore the world, is to keep traveling and living a life of adventure. How dull it is to pass, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in youth. Ulysses thinks himself to some kind of a metallic instrument. He compares himself to a metal which is very useful and shiny but just rust if nobody uses it. So he likes to travel far away instead of being an idle king in Ithaca. As though to breathe were life, life piled on life were all too little. And of one to me little remains, but every hour is saved from that eternal silence. In these lines, Ulysses is trying to say that every hour is important to him because he has already wasted the time to be in Ithaca. That little remains conveys the remaining time of his life. Ulysses wants every hour as a bringer of new things. For some 3 suns to store and hoard myself, and this grey spirit earning in desire to follow knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bound of human thought. Ulysses in this stanza says he is ashamed of himself that he has wasted his 3 years being an idle king in the country Ithaca. Ulysses compares himself with a shooting star, as it is mentioned as a sinking star which seems to go beyond the horizon when it falls and disappears from the sight. In the same way, he wants to go beyond the limits of what humans have seen and known already.